Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection monsters. Today we're going to talk about King Sphinx. And yeah, this guy had a lot of appearances outside of the show. Like, I remember this guy being in coloring books. Like, for real. But I believe he only appeared in like 2 episodes. One where he beat up all the Rangers. And then like, I forgot how he got beat. I can't remember now. But it was one where he beat the bricks off the Rangers because he was going after the Red Ranger. And the other one I just can't remember, but I know he was there. But anyway, this guy I remember definitely making a ton of appearances, and in my head he's like, oh, this is Goldar's brother as a kid, but that I don't think that ever came to fruition. But yeah, either way, this guy is big. Like when you get him sized up with some other stuff that we've got from Lightning Collection, I think the monsters will all aim out to be much bigger than the regular guys, because even though you'll be able to use them with your Rangers, I think personally they're meant to also go with the Megazord stuff from, I believe, that they are putting out from Hasbro. So that could be a double bonus. I don't have any of the Megazords yet, so unfortunately I don't know, but I'm pretty sure somebody out in the world has thought the same as me. But anyway, let's jump into the actual review talking about this guy. I think my only major gripe with these guys is the lack of paint detail. Like adding a subtle black wash or dirtying up the suit may be the only thing that makes this guy damn near perfect, because honestly they've kind of hit all the strides with a lot of this guy. Like, he even still has like a butterfly joint inside. Like, it doesn't move around a bunch. But let's say you get rid of these shoulder pads, he still has a very nice shoulder pivot. But overall, just the look of this guy, I think they've definitely nailed something really well here with the King Sphinx, for real. The eyes are a nice red, the sculpt and the teeth are there. You just honestly need that black wash in the back to just show off that extra detail. Even dirtying up the suit a little bit to show, like, you know, this is a monster made of clay by Finster. He knows what he's about. Now, I didn't add the wings on purpose because technically it's a part of him, but it's also an accessory, because you can go with it whether you want the option or not. Now, first off, let's talk about articulation. Despite this being hard plastic, we can still technically move backwards and forwards. We can still move left and right, and the bottom of it is soft plastic, which means if you want to turn the head, there's no problem. Either way, going up and down technically isn't an issue, but mine has super stiff joints, so I'm not going to run the risk since I've heated it up a couple of times. As far as our arm articulation, that shoulder pad is definitely going to get in the way 100%. And it's probably one of the other major drawbacks to him, which means you can't get up in the armward articulation going outward. This is about as far as you'll get. But you do still have bicep swivel. You still are double jointed. I'm very happy they didn't take that away, especially for the monsters. That way you can hit certain angles. But yeah, let's see if this one can hit it. I got this shoulder pad up above just a little bit. So yeah, technically this left arm can hit a little bit higher, but overall, the only drawback on terms of articulation is going to be these shoulder pads. As far as our upper torso, we have that diaphragm unit that allows us to rotate just like the Power Rangers. And we have a nice double ab crunch. So that means you can actually twist and tilt to the side. Our skirt is a little movable, which gives you a little bit of flexible room. Always a plus. And my man got big thighs. Like, he got serious big thighs. And as you can see, his leg can lift up to the 90-degree angle. We do have thigh swivel. That means he got thunder thighs that save lives. And we are double jointed. Stuff. Like, it's stiff, but it's there. And then we have what we saw first on Ranger Slayer, I believe. She has that nice joint down here that helps to swivel in the movement. I really like that they added that in for the monsters. I really hope they added it on certain Rangers when you don't have a particular boot design to like follow. I really like that joint. And it's actually stronger on the monsters than it was on the pink, oh sorry, not Pink Ranger, but the Ranger Slayer. So as you can see here, he can technically get the moves, like, you know, looking backwards may be a little tough for him, so you might want to stiffen that back a little, but as you can see here, he can still hit a really good stance. As far as the tail goes, it's on a ball joint, so you don't got to worry about it being stiff. It's not bendy wire, but you do get a nice ball joint to rotate this around. It's actually pretty nice. Now, my man King Sphinx can hit the moves. Like, I like this a lot. I like that it's sharp, it's cool, it's ingenuitive. Like, it's not one of those things where you can't say they half-assed it, because they did actually put in effort to this. They really did. Now, in terms of accessories, first things first, let's go with the wings. The wings are nice. The way they plug in is a little bit of a worrisome to me, because that ball joint is tight. And since I mess around with Mythic Legions, I always worry about these kind of small pegs breaking. So once you actually plug it in, please be careful. I advise you heat them before you take them out. Now, whether or not he balances with the wings, I think he does. I think he balances really well with his wings. As far as getting them to flap or rotate, as you can see here, I'm rotating them around. They're staying in for now. So my first impression with them are they're solid. They're actually really solid. And they don't get in the way of him moving at all. So yeah. Let's see a cool flight pose from him. Let's flap the wings back. Let's actually say like he was going for a flying tackle. And technically, because he can't look all the way up, oh, no, he can look up because of that torso diaphragm. A flying tackle he can definitely do. So he can do a Superman pose as well. And then even him standing straight up with the wings back, let's get a look. Yeah, my man could jam. So King Sphinx, plus, A++ right now. Like, he's not getting the S because of my gripes, but he's definitely A++ right now. Then you'll also get his scepter, which is based off, you know, the Egyptian clay he was molded from. And you'll get a nice, cool, unique effect, which is pretty cool because I didn't notice that he had little question marks there, just like the actual scepter. So there are little tiny question marks all over the effect. So that's actually pretty dope. How it aligns, though, is a little tricky because I don't think I paid attention to that part. So I don't know if you go down and through and you hook onto one of the effects. You know what? Actually, this actually looks pretty dope. This looks doable. Let's go with this as my answer. I could be wrong, but this is my answer so far. And then you'll get a dedicated right hand for it. While the other ones are pegged horizontally, this one is pegged vertically. So you'll get that up and down movement as if he was holding a gun. He also has a trigger finger. So for chainsaw, I hope you're out there watching this, or rocket figures. I know you guys are going to do something silly with it, so have fun. Oh, so wait a second. Oh, yeah. So the thumb does open up. So it'll be the thumb that opens up. That allows you to slide it inside. I'm struggling right now on camera. Why? I don't know yet. But, yeah, I'm the one struggling. Oh, there we go. I couldn't do it at the bottom hilt. But, yeah, you get the drift of what I'm trying to do. There we go. Why was that such a struggle for me? But, yeah, you'll get it with a nice effect. So this is actually pretty cool. Like, you actually get a nice amount of stuff with this for 30 bucks. And you'll also get a left fist. Now, for the left fist, this is obviously going to be for punching your rangers. You don't want them to get too close to your scepter, right? Or you want to have a unique look. So then we have our open hands, our clawed hands. Overall, I think King Sphinx is a solid first monster with pumpkin wrapper to, like, wrap it off, and which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second, get this guy all set up. I'm going to take out the stuff that I want to use in the size comparison with him, and then we're going to get started. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. All right, now we're going to size up King Sphinx. I think first that I should start with the bad guys, obviously. So let's do that. I have a Lord Zed putty right next to me. I didn't choose a regular putty because I don't have them out right now. So yeah, next up, I'm going to choose Goldar. This is the second version. And as you can see, Goldar next to King Sphinx looks tiny. Like, these guys are big. Next up, we have Lord Zed himself. I'm going to use Rita next. Where you at, girl? Here you go. So here's Rita Repulsa doing Rita Repulsa things. Actually, she's not. She's just chilling. But as you can see, she is clearly on the smaller side, even next to King Sphinx, like being in front of him. So just how small she is. What's crazy about it is, I don't even mind it. Like, I don't mind them being bigger, because if you're making these monsters to, like, be bigger and crazier, why not aim for that scale? So I don't mind it. I know some people are going to be sticklers about that, but it does not bother me. I'm being 100 with you. I kind of like it. I prefer it. Especially because these guys are made. It's not one of those things where they're like Goldar. Goldar's just been around for a long time, whereas these guys are made each episode, right? Here he is next to another monster that came out, Pumpkin Wrapper. Now, this guy has a gigantic head, but I'm actually all for it. So here he is next to Pumpkin Wrapper. And technically, Pumpkin Wrapper is smaller, but his head is big enough to put him at the same height, which is funny. So let's move you out of the way. Let's compare him to some Rangers. I have my busted up Red Ranger with me, who is my the one I'm going to try to paint. I'm going to use him to try to paint. So here he has Red Ranger, and this Red Ranger was technically like the focus of that episode with King Sphinx. Here we are with a Green Ranger, in case you want a little different variety. Then here we are with the Yellow Ranger. to show you the size with a female character. And as you can see, even with her being in front of him, you can see how big he is. And just in case you're on the Super Sentai side and just want to see how they look, here's a deck of yellow. Show you just how much smaller she would be next to King Sphinx. Right? Let's move all these out. Next up, ooh, who could we use? Oh, here's some SHF male characters. So here's SHF Kamen Rider Kuga, the Renewal. And then here's Kamen Rider 01, Shining Hopper. We have a 1000 Toys. Here's Don Perignon. Let's actually get you all nice and neat for the people. And then we have a G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow. So as you can see here, King Sphinx is going to take the cakes in terms of height every time. But he's probably going to be a fun monster to fight for everybody in photos. That I do not doubt. I think that's actually going to be where a lot of people have fun. Just in case you want to test him out against a larger Marvel Legend, here he is against my repainted Hulk by Alfonso Customs, right? So that's one time where he's smaller. Here he is with an Articulated Icons Ninja. Then we have a Mezco size character, which is me, on a Stealth Ops Gomez body. What else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, you know what? A couple other things, because I have them off to the side. So here we are with a Mythic Legions. And usually these guys end up being like the biggest guys. In this case, that's obviously not it here. So they're actually smaller than King Sphinx. Here is a Marvel Legends Moon Knight. And just for bonus, in case you wanted to like have some fun, here is an SHF Ultraman. Now Ultraman are meant to be the big guys who fight monsters over cities, and the SHF Ultraman is tiny next to these guys. But honestly, I would still make them fight just because it would look cool as hell. I really would. So that's Ultraman Ace for those of you that don't know. But all in all, I think this line is dope. I really like where where Lightning Collection themselves are going. And that's mostly because technically it's always available. It's pretty cool. I mean, besides like the minor paint apps and not having all the accessories, it is a solid line to have for what we didn't get before in Legacy, which kind of gave us these muscleized versions of stuff. At least this stuff is way more screen accurate in terms of body shape design. So I'm loving it. I hope the line continues. I hope they continue to listen to the fans, and I hope they don't get burnt out with us for real. But it's been really enjoyable to really collect this. So if you are a fan, this definitely may be for you. I hope you guys check it out. Yeah, I hope you found it informative, guys. Please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.